Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
We have breaking news. Xia Anderson and Na'im Ali are here to report. A gruesome discovery inside of a U-Haul truck. A man murdered and stuffed into a trash bin. Police are on the scene of an early morning shooting where they say a man has died.
Trying to piece together the who, why, and how in this homicide investigation.
Hey, everybody. We're back with True Dat, your number one crime podcast. The crime podcast that you didn't know that you even needed in your life. We're here.
We're here to discuss more insane crimes.
More death and destruction.
I shouldn't be so excited about this.
I know. Yeah, now I get way too hype about this.
I know. I'm like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's fucking talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about every gritty detail.
I'm Xia.
I'm Na'im. I'm Na'im Ali. And we're here to give you more death, bro.
And today's episode is insane.
This one's going to make you rethink humanity.
This one, there's not that much information on it.
Yes.
But it honestly has impacted me more than most things I've read.
Same. This made me rethink late-term abortion. I'm like, maybe you should do abortions up until they're like fucking 8 or 9 years old. Maybe you should fucking
just in special cases.
Yeah, just in special cases.
This one, I have to agree. Like this, I mean, this kid was performing late-term abortions. That's literally what he was doing.
He literally was.
So this is the world's youngest known serial killer. He was 8 years old when he was arrested.
Christ.
He was murdering at like 5.
At 5, yeah.
Yeah.
What, to get arrested at 8?
At 8 years old.
For murder? And he looks evil as fuck.
He does. His pictures creep me out.
He looks evil.
And I don't know if it's just because we know. Like, if right? He does look evil.
I've seen evil looking kids before, and they all have that look. They all have that, like...
It's like a dead stare.
Yeah, it's like a dead stare. Yeah.
There's nothing behind those eyes.
Nothing. No remorse. No nothing there.
Well, and so they didn't diagnose this kid with psychopathy, or is that how do you say psychopathy or psychopathy?
I think it's psychopathy
when
you're talking about a diagnosis.
Yeah. That's what I say. Okay. I'm like, am I saying that wrong? I don't actually know. They diagnosed... Wait,
what's his name? Parmesan?
Amarjeet Sada? I don't know if that's how you say it.
Frank, you like that? I called him Parmesan.
Is he Italian or Indian?
I wish I had a home run button right now. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, yo. Wait, how do you say it again?
I don't know if I'm saying this right.
Amarjeet Sada.
Yeah.
Amarjeet
Sada.
That name sounds like a murderer's name, kinda.
It does.
The last name Sada sounds like a murderer.
Sounds like sadistic. That's why. It's like they knew.
Yeah.
He was born in 1998 too, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
I'm so much older than that guy.
Yeah, he's just a young guy.
Damn.
They diagnosed him with conduct disorder. And I had to look up what conduct disorder is because I've never heard of it before. It's basically, he's a psychopath, but they can't diagnose him as that because he wasn't an adult.
You don't got to be an adult to be a psychopath.
That's what I'm saying. I think this
conduct
is insane.
disorder. That sounds like something that you would diagnose a kid that like steals candy from the store with conduct disorder.
Well, that's basically what it is for the most part.
What the hell?
So the diagnosis, it's with they have to go through how he interacts with other people, how he interacts with authority, all that kind of stuff. But basically, the list of features include lack of remorse. Individuals may show little to no guilt or empathy for their actions, often rationalizing their behavior or blaming others. In some cases, a specifier of limited pro-social emotions is applied, indicating a lack of empathy, guilt, or concern for others' feelings, often linked to more severe outcomes. So I guess it's that. But a lot of the times, it's just aggression to people and animals.
Yeah.
Bullying, threatening, or intimidating others, initiating physical fights, using weapons. Cruelty, stealing while confronting a victim, deliberate fire setting, intentionally destroying others' property.
Oh, so they're just saying being a little boy. Being a little boy is conduct disorder. Okay. Damn.
But this felt like the most ridiculous diagnosis for this kid.
Yes. He's a psychopath. He's a murderer. Label him that.
And okay, we haven't even gotten into what this kid did because I just feel like we have
what
to
did he
lead
do?
into it because it's so insane. He murdered 3 infants. 3 infants.
What the hell?
This is the thing. The facts on this case are a little bit murky because this is in a really poor part of India, like
Yes.
a rural poor. Like his parents, he grew up in a lot of poverty.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really. There's translation issues, I guess, with some of the facts, and then also they didn't really want to talk about it.
Of course.
The family didn't want to talk about it.
course.
The neighborhood didn't want to talk. Like the community didn't want to talk about it. So with his first victim, even there's a little bit of confusion as to whether it was a 6-month-old baby or a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards 6-month-old because his
I'll say
other
6 months. Yeah, the other ones were babies.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So his first victim was his own cousin, 6-month-old daughter. He killed her by strangling her, and then he took her out into the woods, smashed her head with a brick,
Jesus.
and buried her in a shallow grave.
Fuck, bro.
This kid is like 5 at the time.
Damn it.
2006. This was 2006.
That wasn't even that fucking long ago.
No.
God damn.
I
Smashed her head with a brick?
Yeah. After he strangled her.
What the
so
fuck,
at that
bro?
point he just did that for fun.
Yeah.
That was just for funsies for this kid.
What?
Dude. I can't get over this one.
And you know what? I think, all right, so a lot of men out there will understand completely what I'm talking about right now. I feel like we all had a friend when we were like super duper young.
Yeah.
That was a psycho, but we were too scared to say anything, so we just would laugh.
Ooh.
We all like I had like I don't know if I've said this before. I know I've said it before on some podcast somewhere, but like one of my friends, he would catch stray cats and then throw them in people's backyards that had like dogs back there.
You did mention that on here. You
Yes.
told me that's so fucked up.
And like in my brain, I was like, "What the fuck? No." But my face was like, hell yeah, bro." But I hated it. I'm like, "What the fuck is
scared.
this?" Yeah, I want to throw me in there, shit.
Because kids that do stuff like that do fucked up shit to you.
Yes.
And you're just like,
Yeah, you got to just laugh it off. That's fucking crazy.
Jesus. Well, hopefully, do you know what I feel like I may have asked you this last time. Do you know what he's doing now?
Yeah, I mean, he had some problems with like violence and stuff like that. But he did like 3 years in prison, and now he's been out maybe for like 7 or 8 years now. He seems fine now.
All right. Hopefully prison did something.
Yeah.
So apparently with that conduct disorder, if you're diagnosed, I don't remember exactly, I want to make sure I got this right. If you're diagnosed as a younger kid, childhood onset, it's more likely to persist into adulthood.
Ooh.
And be a lot hard. You maybe can't fix it.
Okay.
So if it's adolescent onset, it usually improves with age as individuals mature and face.
Yeah,
because
that could be learned
stressors.
behavior.
Yeah, it could be them acting out.
For sure. Because I did bad shit as like a adolescent and a teenager.
Well, of course.
But that was me trying to be cool because I thought that's what girls like. And I thought my friends thought it was cool.
Right.
I didn't really want to do some of that shit. I just did it.
I mean, also a lot of the times you're acting out in ways you're not realizing at the time. Because when you're an adolescent, I mean, your frontal cortex doesn't even develop until you're like 25 or something.
For sure, exactly.
So like you're just acting on
emotion.
And like you don't know better yet. You don't have emotional regulation.
Yes,
you learn
100%.
that.
Yeah.
You learn that later.
100%.
So things like supportive family, early interventions, access to mental health resources can improve the outcomes. But apparently, I mean, this happened to this kid when he was so young.
I mean, and I think damn, what I'm about to say is fucked up. It's fucked up. But it has to be some truth to this. I think super poor people have less of a value for life because their life is so shitty. And everybody around them life is so shitty. And people are dying all the time when you're super poor.
They always say that when stuff like this happens, a lot of time it's environmental and they grow up in extreme poverty.
Yes, exactly.
It does happen. Like, unfortunately, the numbers don't lie.
Yeah, we're not talking about eugenics. We're not saying kill all of them.
No,
we're just saying.
No.
We're just saying.
How about we go in those communities and make them better somehow?
Yeah, right.
Maybe that's the answer.
Right. Like, let's have way less poor people. Then that might solve some of the crime shit. But damn, I think poor people don't really, especially kids.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
you grew up seeing fucked up shit. It just becomes normal. Like, all right, well, that happens.
Yeah. Oh, half the time with my childhood stuff, I will tell it as a casual one-off, and I don't realize how messed up it sounds until someone's reaction is like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, true.
And I'm like, "Oh, is that not normal?"
Yeah, wait, your family didn't do that?
You guys didn't do that? Okay.
Damn. Yeah, I remember I was telling one of my homies how, like, after my dad went to prison, like, we was like struggling and shit.
Yeah.
And my mom took an extension cord and took it from the garage, from like our garage was in the basement. She took it from there and then plugged it up to our neighbor's house without them even fucking knowing. And I remember I was telling my friends, like, yeah, yo, like, I remember my mom we was stealing fucking electric from next door. And they was like, damn, like, that's fucked up. And I'm like, I thought y'all was going to laugh at that.
Right.
Like, I thought y'all was going to think that was funny. They was like, damn, y'all didn't have electric? Jeez, Na'im. I'm like, bro, it was for like 3 months. We were fine.
You're like, it was no big deal.
No big deal. I couldn't even tell because we were stealing from next door. It's okay.
Exactly. That was, same. My aunt, she lived in kind of a shanty shack.
Mm-hmm.
She had plywood and tarps as walls in some areas, and she had a generator. So we could only have it, like, when I'd stay over there, we could only have electric on at certain times.
What?
Because you had to conserve gas, and if she ran out of gas, then there's just no electricity.
Yeah, damn.
And my grandma used to bathe out of a barrel. That's also real, like a bucket. She would just bathe out of a bucket outside, so we would take showers when it was hot, so that we didn't get too cold.
What the fuck?
So it's like, yeah, stuff like that, and it's so funny because you're right. You're just like, oh, I thought that was hilarious.
You think it's normal. I mean, it's how you grow up. So you're like, I thought it was just gonna be a funny story to tell.
Yep.
Damn. And meanwhile, this kid's killing babies.
So that's his first victim.
Mm-hmm.
That's like he's got 2 more after that. All infants.
But this is what I don't understand. And what I'm about to say may sound a little harsh. If somebody kills your 6-month-old baby, you don't kill this kid?
Dude,
Sorry.
No. I'm with you.
I'm just saying.
So I guess, here's another thing. Men are more, like, sons are more valued
That's
in some
true.
cultures. So in India, so they were protecting him because he was a son. But also, apparently, with this crime, he admitted to his parents when they came back and were like, hey, where's the baby? He admitted to his parents that he did it.
What?
With a smile. Admitted it proudly.
What?
So they knew and helped cover it up and even told the baby's parents, her sister,
brother
her brother or sister.
What?
And said,
Jesus Christ.
And said they didn't know where she was.
What the hell?
Yeah.
So they covered it for him.
They covered it for him. But I think they kind of knew.
Yeah. I mean, but you know what? As a parent, damn, this is another shitty thing. This whole show is just me saying fucked up things. You got to cover for your kids.
Would you cover for your kid if they smashed a baby's head in?
Fuck.
Dude, I don't have kids, so I can't say.
I love my son so much. Yes. I love my son so much. You know what? But me covering for it might be me just saying that I did it, which is even more fucked up. I can have my son going to jail. Everybody thinking he's a killer.
Holy shit.
But then now I'm locked up for fucking smashing a baby's skull. They're like, this guy's fucking psycho. But you can't let your kid go to prison.
But then if your son's still out there, what if he kills more babies?
Then everybody's like, wait a second. wait a second.
Hold on.
Maybe Na'im didn't do this.
So now you're free.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. What do you do?
I don't, like I said, I don't have kids, so I don't know that love.
You love your kids way more than you love yourself.
Right. So, like, if you love your kid like that, you would, as I'm saying it now as a non-parent, I'd be like, my kid can't be out there in the wild. Yeah,
your kid, but your kid is such an extension of you. And I think it's a form of being a narcissist. I think extreme love for your kids is actually a narcissistic behavior. Because I love my kids so much. And a huge part of that is because they look like me.
Because they're part of you. They're your DNA.
Yes.
You created them.
And also because they look like me. Like, if they look like their moms, I would be like, all right. I know you mom, but shit. You don't even look like me for real. But I have strong genes, so my kids look just like me.
Dude, my mom is like was super brown.
Really? Yeah.
I don't know what happened. My sister's dark. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I got none of it. Literally none of it.
Well, you know what? There's a theory that, especially with like newborns, that in nature there, you look like your dad first.
Yeah, I look like my dad.
Yeah, because
Interesting.
because that makes the dad want to protect the kid. The mom already wants to protect you because you came out of her.
Right.
So she doesn't. You don't gotta look like your mom. But for the dad, it's like, yeah, we're gonna make this child look like you, so that
well, fuck.
yeah.
I'm still salty about it. That's my sister on the right. she's
Oh, what? Your sister's so brown. Y'all
I
look
know.
just alike, but she's so brown.
She's brown.
She's fucking Puerto Rican. This is crazy.
She's Hawaiian.
What? That is. Y'all look just alike, but she's brown.
We have the same mom and the same dad.
That is so crazy.
I'll email this to Frank.
Yes. Yeah, Frank, you
'cause
gotta post this.
It doesn't make sense. Like, I
That is
don't know how
wild.
we're related.
Yeah, that is so crazy. Y'all have the same face.
Mm-hmm.
She's just brown as hell.
She's just brown.
Damn.
It's funny. So, yeah, I got literally none of that, and I'm still very salty about it. I'm still really mad. I got absolutely no pigment, and I looked like my father.
It's definitely hit or miss. Like, it's roll of the dice because my uncle's two kids, my two cousins, a boy and a girl. My female cousin looks just like my uncle, and my male cousin looks just like his wife, my aunt.
Oh,
So
damn.
Like,
crazy.
it's completely crisscrossed.
Yeah.
It's so weird how genes work.
It
Like, you
is.
just never know.
Damn.
Bizarre.
Yeah, that's weird as hell. Yeah, I know my genes are strong. Like I don't think there's a lady out there that has stronger genes than me. It's impossible.
So all your kids look like you and not their moms?
They look just like me. Even the people in my family, like everybody in my family's kids look like them.
Interesting.
So like even the women, like my mom's kid, like I look more like my mom than my dad.
Interesting.
Yeah, like all my cousins look more like whatever family members in my family than
You guys
the
just
other one.
dominated.
Yeah,
Your
super
genes
dominant genes.
Dominated.
Yeah.
Well, darker genes are supposed to be the dominant
Yes.
genes, and lighter genes are the recessive genes.
Yes.
So when I found that out in school, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Right.
hell?
Yeah, you should have came out darker.
I should have came out darker.
Yeah, so that means you were rare. You had the rare genetic mix.
Yeah, I just kind of, I don't know. It
Where
was so
all
weird.
the recessive genes just came out.
It all came out.
That's nice.
Yeah.
At least you weren't a fucking child killer.
That's true.
At least you weren't fucking killing baby.
That's a good point.
Damn.
I'll take being white. So his second victim, it gets even worse, dude. His second victim, so they cover up his first victim.
Okay.
His second victim is his sister.
Oh,
It's
all right,
his
now that's
own
where you got to
sister.
draw the line. No more cover-ups.
Cover up, he killed the other kid.
Nah, you kill one of my kids, you got to get the fuck out of here, bruh.
She's 8 months old.
Damn it.
8 months old.
Okay, here's the thing. Still not going to turn him into the police, but I am going to drive very far and release him into the wild. This is about to be the Jungle Book Part 2, nigga. You about to figure, you better hope you meet a nice bear and a fucking evil tiger, nigga. I don't even know what to tell you. This Jungle Book Part 2. Get out of here, bro.
Jungle Book 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, yo.
Dude.
Yes.
That is, I mean, what else can you do, right?
There's nothing else you could do. You
Yeah.
can't turn him in because he's your son, but
you-
he killed your daughter.
Yeah.
You can't kill him because then you're going to feel horrible. You got to release him to the wolves.
Well, these parents covered this one up too.
What are we even doing?
Dude, they covered this one up too.
This is crazy.
Yeah. Yep. And this was only months after the first one.
And it wasn't even that long in between.
It wasn't even that long. Same thing. Strangled her.
What?
I think this is the one where he strangled her and bashed her head in. Or, because there was one, both of them were the same, but one of them was different.
Yeah.
So it was his second murder. Okay, his parents were napping. They were there, by the way.
Oh, my
This is what
God.
makes it worse. They were napping.
How do you nap when you know you have a killer in your house?
Right?
I'm not napping if I know my son kills people.
Never sleep again.
I'm not sleeping. Actually, I'm watching him when he's sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sleeping. That's crazy.
Sleep with one eye open.
Yes.
Because eventually, here's the thing. He's small now.
Yeah.
Eventually, he's going to grow up.
Yes.
And he's going to do it to you.
You know what? I'm starting to rethink all this. You can't let this kid grow up. You cannot let this kid grow up, yo.
He's going to, and there's, again, because it's so murky about what happened because people didn't want to talk about it. His, supposedly, his family allegedly changed their names and moved to another town because of everything that happened. And So there's not too much known, but and not everything has been confirmed or corroborated. But supposedly there was alcoholism and abuse in his family, possibly.
Oh,
so he might have been abused.
Okay, and his mom probably was drunk when she was pregnant.
Oh,
That'll fuck a kid.
he has fetal alcohol syndrome.
Fetal alcohol syndrome. Look at those eyes. Look at the eyes on him. He looks like a fucking psycho.
Dude, his eyes creep me out. Creep me out.
Damn, look at that. Look at that. Just evil little boy. Look at him.
This kid is like he's still alive.
Yeah,
We'll
he's
get
alive.
there, but he's alive.
And I bet you he's still killing people.
Yes.
He's killing people.
There's no way you heal from this.
Fuck no. That's a part of his makeup.
Oh my God.
Damn.
So apparently he lifted her from her cot and killed her without hesitation. Didn't even hesitate, just killed her. I think he just strangled her with this one. And then, he didn't bury her. His mom discovered the lifeless body and confronted him. He said yes, and they asked him why. He responded just like that with a smile.
Well, you know what? At least the kid ain't a liar.
He might be a murderer.
He might be a murderer. He ain't a goddamn liar. I respect the honest man. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So he's just, did you kill your sister? Yes. Like, chill out, bruh.
Dude.
Don't laugh at that.
Smiled.
That's
so
crazy.
His parents didn't report the crime again. And this is when the village began to grow fearful of him.
Yes.
Because who wouldn't be?
Of course.
Like, Jesus.
I'm not going to be scared of an 8-year-old because I know I could fucking whoop his ass. But at the same time, it's like, bruh, y'all got to do something. What do you do? You can't say that he's grounded. That's not enough.
I don't think you could ground this kid. I don't think he
You
would
can't ground
listen.
him. No. You can't give him a whooping because that's probably going to make him worse.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I think you had a good plan. Release him into the wild.
You got to just take
that's
him
not
into the wild and be like, yo, figure it out, bruh. Obviously, you're a wild animal, so go stay over there. Go stay with them, bruh.
Be crazy if he does become one with the wolves and just gets worse.
He would. He would be leading a pack, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Damn. Because here's the thing. When I was a kid, especially like 8 years old, I wasn't like intense.
No.
I had zero intensity.
No. I spent all of my time reading. That is all I did.
Yeah. Like I had no, like even then, I started boxing when I was 6. When I was 8, I was still like just getting beat up every time I went to the gym. Like it wasn't like, I still wasn't good at it.
You weren't like a monster yet.
No, I didn't even know how to be intense, you know? Like the first time I ever sparred, I think I might have been 7. And I got punched in the face and I cried and ran around the ring and asked my dad to pick me up and get me out of there. Like, no, Dad, get me out. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Like I was the opposite of intense at 7, 8 years old. And this kid's just strangling shit to death. That's crazy.
We have a lot of similar stories. My dad had me backyard boxing with this boy, Steven, that we grew up with. And he punched me in the face and I did the exact same thing.
Yeah, you just cried.
I ran to my dad crying.
Yes, that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. If you're a kid and somebody hit you in the face, you're supposed to cry and say, no, please help me.
Yeah.
But this kid, what the fuck?
No, he's just bashing heads in.
Yes. Like, how do you have enough intensity where you can just, like, that's crazy.
Dude.
What the fuck, bruh?
Especially a baby. And his cousin, his sister. These weren't random babies.
Right.
Not that makes it better, but it's still like he has no connection to people he's related, like nothing. He doesn't care.
And that's what it is. He has no connection to people.
Yeah.
And feelings and empathy. And
I don't think this kid has any emotion.
None of that shit. He's just a fucking robot.
Dude.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, too, because usually serial killers, I mean, obviously this is the youngest one that we know of.
Yes.
Usually serial killers start by killing animals or start by torturing animals.
Yes.
They don't move immediately into infants.
The infants?
He just skipped a whole step.
Yes.
He just went right into it.
Right
he didn't even graduate into, like, as he got older, as he became a teenager.
Yeah, he started with infants. And here's the thing, hey, stop leaving babies around this guy.
Right?
Why are you leaving babies around him?
Why the fuck would you be napping after knowing he killed his cousin? What's wrong with you?
And only a few months went by? Like, and you just left another baby around him?
That's so crazy.
Damn.
That's so crazy. His last murder's in 2007.
Really?
It was his third and final murder, which that just does not feel that long ago at all.
No.
Like
I was in college in 2007.
I was in high school. But yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking about being in high school and this kid's out here.
Yes.
Strangling babies?
What? Did he just killing people?
Yeah.
I didn't even know, in 2007, I didn't know that this kid existed. I didn't know that there was a kid on the opposite side of the earth fucking murdering babies.
That's so wild.
That's fucked up.
Dude, I just can't get over this one.
No. I was at party in 2007, I was at parties dancing to in my white tee. Yep, in my white tee. Yep. I was doing this at parties in 07. This is what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I was doing all this. And this nigga was killing babies. That's crazy, bro. We was in a completely opposite, different lives.
Holy shit.
Damn.
Oh my God.
That's fucked up.
He was wearing a white tank in his picture of him. That's what it looked like, yeah.
You know what it is? Whenever I meet a person and they got like bird eyes or like shark eyes, like just that, like there's like no emotion behind the eyes, it's just.
Those people freak me out.
Yeah, like you just hear, bro.
Yeah.
Like you not thinking about nothing. The people that say they don't have any fucking internal monologue.
What is
like, what
that?
are you? What are you, a fucking tiger, bro? What do you mean? You don't think there's no conversation? I have conversations going on in my head constantly.
Yeah.
Like right now, it's like, yo, should I do this? Should I do that? Hey, when we leave here, what are we doing? What are we eating later? Like there's just always something going on.
Mm-hmm.
So there's people that just are alive.
I know.
They're not even not thinking about shit.
It's so weird. I don't understand that.
That's weird.
Is it that they think in pictures? I don't know if that's what it is. Like people who don't have that monologue, are they thinking in pictures?
You can't think in pictures, bro.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, I don't think in words. I don't think. Put it like this: I'm not reading my thoughts, but I can like hear them in my head.
Right? Yeah. That's
thinking in pictures sounds like you're a fucking retard. You thinking in fucking pop-up books?
You can't read, so you're reading.
That's all your thoughts?
I wonder if that's what it is.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I'm just making a guess.
Or like, what did they do? Are they thinking cartoons?
Because they can't not think at all.
Yeah, you gotta have thoughts.
You have to have thoughts.
Because how do you know what you're going to do next without a thought?
Right.
It's just all reactions to outside things.
That's weird to think about.
That's how you know
like
NPCs. That's how you know NPCs are real.
I swear to God, I see people sometimes that have to be NPCs.
Yes,
they fucking have to.
They are. I ain't gonna lie. My last baby mama NPC. I knew it. I'm like, this bitch is beautiful, but she don't got no thoughts.
Wait, what made you think that? Like, was there a specific moment, or was just the whole relationship in general? You're like,
it was. So I met her when I was in high school, and we dated in high school, and then we got back together like. How old was my youngest daughter's 4, so we got back together like 5-6 years ago, maybe. Okay. But when I was in high school, I knew it. She just never had. So I think I had a lot of like tragedy in my life.
Yeah.
And whenever I would tell her, she would try to fuck me, and I'm like, "Bitch, I'm sad. My brother died. Like, what you trying?
That's weird.
Why you trying to suck my dick? I don't want that right now. I'm sad.
That's so weird.
That's what I'm saying. And she just never reacted properly to the things I told her. But she's a beautiful lady, so I just would always be like, I don't give a fuck. She's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But then like now, it's when you're a teenager, you can put up with it. When you're like in your 30s and you're trying to build something with somebody, it's like, I can't do nothing with this. You don't have any real thoughts.
I wonder if I almost wonder if I notice this with attractive people of either gender, whether it's women or men. Mm-hmm. A lot of the times they don't actually have to develop a personality or have any hobbies.
Right.
Because they're so used to
That's true.
Just people throwing them. They don't have their looks are their personality.
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
So they don't develop anything behind that.
She has nothing behind it.
It's that, or, and I'm convinced this of also, I've never really gotten along very well with people who have had really nice lives because I don't know what to talk to them about.
Yeah, same.
Because things have been too comfortable and too normal for them that you can't relate on any sort of, they might be very nice people. True. But you're too normal. I don't know how to have a conversation with you.
I can't talk to them. And every slight inconvenience is the end of the world to them. And you're like, that wasn't even really a thing. I didn't even notice that.
Not a big deal.
That's fucking crazy. Yo, you're 100%. That's exactly what it is. Because she doesn't put it like this. And this is when I knew she was an NPC. If the conversation goes beyond fucking celebrity news, she shuts down.
Okay, yeah.
And when I say shut down, I mean like if I show her a video like, yo, look, they just saw UFOs in fucking Arizona. You see this shit? And she'll be like, did you hear that Cardi B new song? It's like, and I'm like, wow, what? Did you hear what I said? I'm talking to you about aliens. Did you hear what I just fucking said to you? Like, what the fuck's going on? And then she wouldn't respond to that. And then she's like, I think it's like, this song is crazy. It's her and Offset. You know, they about to break up, right? And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? I just said two different things to you.
You didn't select one of the options.
You are an NPC. This part, you part of the program. You are part of the program. You the person that when I walk up, you only gonna say these few selected things. And
I used to be an adventurer like you, but then I took an arrow to the knee.
Yes.
Dude, it's so true though.
You walk away and come back, she says the exact same thing. You like, what the fuck?
Hello.
Like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, I've known people like that, but the whole not responding to something that you like, that's bizarre.
That is fucking crazy.
That's
but
weird.
I have there's 3 people in my life that do that. There are 3 people in my life.
Are they all hot or do they all have good lives?
Yes.
Okay, see?
True. Yeah.
All right.
Because my homie Eric is definitely like that. And I ain't gonna say he's hot, but he has had his mom and his dad are rich as hell.
Ah,
so
yeah.
super easy. And he does it so much that my other friends even notice it. Like we have a group message with him in it, and then we got one without him in it. And we're like, yo, y'all ever realize that? And then we just talk about all the NPC shit that he does.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I wonder if you showed it to him, would his brain explode or would he just not?
Nah, he's gonna just say some generic shit.
He's just gonna say some nonsense.
He's gonna be like, what? Nah, you don't get no bitches. Nah, you don't get no hoes. And I'm like, bro, I just said you an NPC. Why you talking to me about getting bitches? I don't care about getting bitches. What are you talking about? I just said you got a real person. You talking to me about girls. What are we doing? He does it. He does. It's so crazy. We brought up in front of him one time. Me and my homie Riv was like, yo, he like, E, we think you an NPC, bro. Like, you don't ever want to talk about no deep shit. Like, as soon as we start talking about something, something a little bit layered, he was like, you never get into it or respond or anything. And he was like, man, cause y'all be on bullshit. And it's like, what?
That's it.
That's not an answer.
Dude,
yes.
I don't think I've ever really interacted with anyone like that. I'm trying to think of that.
You probably don't build relationships with those type of people because you're smart.
Well, thank you.
Have you guys ever heard of aphantasia?
No.
I feel like that's closely linked to NPCs.
Yeah.
What's that?
What's that?
It's where you can't picture something in your mind. Like if I had said close your eyes and think about an apple,
Yeah.
you can't conjure up the image of
What?
an
Wait,
apple.
That's a real thing?
It's a real condition.
That's insane.
They should arrest those people.
Like some people can
wrong with them.
visualize like a drawing of an apple. Some people can see it all the way to like the 3D texture and the moisture on the skin. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, when you said it, I picture me biting into an apple.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. There's like
Picture
levels
an
of it, but some people just can't picture it.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
And I feel like
weird.
that has to be an NPC trait.
That's an NPC.
That is bizarre. That's this kid.
That's this kid for sure. And here's the thing. I think with this kid in particular, right? Because he started murdering so young. And again, what I'm about to say, it's going to be fucked up. That's something I'm probably going to say 3 times every episode.
Let's just put it in the description of the episode. What Na'im is about to say is gonna be fucked up.
What Na'im's about to say is going to be fucked up. But I think God sent some people here to murder and just be evil, yo.
I mean,
Or the universe, whatever you believe that made all of this shit. Some people are made with a purpose.
and you think that it's to be evil. What do you think the purpose for that is? Like what?
The same way, like, you know, you got the trash can on your computer.
Yeah.
That's these niggas, bro. They here to delete shit. They here to fucking.
They're just here to put
you're going, and you're going. That's what they here for.
I always thought, and I don't know if I mean, obviously, I don't fucking know what I'm talking about, but I always thought that it's just like something nature just went wrong. And this is going to sound fucked up, but I don't mean it to sound fucked up. I have zero problem with gay people.
Yes.
But I do think that's like...
Here we cooking. This is the perfect podcast partner. Yes. This is the best chemistry ever. Let's fucking go. Let's say it. Let's just say it.
I was going to get myself into trouble.
Let's go.
think it's nature's way of population control.
I told my mom that. I said, Mom, have you ever thought about this, Mom? When in a beehive, when it's overcrowded, they turn gay. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like bees do it. Bees turn gay.
I just
so
think
maybe
it's nature.
sometimes, that's nature. Maybe sometimes when there's too many people, men start playing shit games. You see what I'm saying? They just get out here and start fucking playing in dookie holes all day, bro. I don't know why.
It's like I think nature is not, it's imperfect.
Yes.
Or it's perfect in its own weird way.
But to us, yes.
Yeah.
It looks like a mistake to us. Not saying gay people are a mistake.
No.
But it looks like it's something else to us.
It looks like a flaw in the design, but it's not.
But it's not.
Meant to be there. It's exactly what it's supposed to be.
Yes.
I always feel like an asshole when I say that, but I'm
so happy you said that. I've believed this for like years. I believed this for decades.
Oh, because it just seems like such a normal thing, which in its way makes it one of the most natural things.
For sure.
It
Exactly.
does. Like I think it's meant to be that way.
And it's way more gay people now. It looks like, I don't know, like numbers wise, but it seems like it's way more gay people now. And everybody's talking about how overpopulated the earth is. So
boom, perfect.
Makes sense.
I'm doing my part. I'm not gay, but I don't have kids, so
yeah. See, there you go. And and same thing with this kid. This kid is fucking. He's here to fucking lessen the population.
Maybe that's what it is.
Especially in India. India's overcrowded like shit.
India's really overcrowded.
Probably a lot of murders in India.
I mean, maybe they need a few more, actually. That sounds fucked up.
You know, if kids are doing it, it's more acceptable.
It is.
If a kid, but you know what? If there's a kid you can't kill babies. You got to kill adults.
It's got to be adults.
You gotta kill adults. There should be a serial killing kid that only kills adults over the age of like 60.
That would be a great comic book.
Oh, right.
That would be a really good comic book.
Yeah, like a kid Dexter.
Yeah.
But he only kills old people. He only kills baby boomers.
Yeah. That fucked up the economy or something.
Yeah, get him out of here. Damn.
Instead, this kid's over here killing 6-month-old. So the next victim's also 6 months old. They're all babies.
So they're all babies.
They're all babies. This one, they could not keep quiet. So this is when he gets arrested. Because this is, I know I'm going to say this wrong. I'm going to butcher this name. Khushbu? Khushbu, maybe?
Okay.
So this is a 6-month-old kid. He was a daughter of a neighbor. Chun Devi? I know I'm not saying that right. Apparently, she left her daughter sleeping at a local primary school. Considered a safe place. I don't think anywhere is a safe place with this kid around, though.
No.
For a baby. No. She went to run errands. So Amarjeet entered the school, took the infant to a secluded area, mangrove forest, strangled her, struck her with a brick or a stone again, and then buried her in a shallow grave. So same thing as the first one.
Yeah.
So when he came back, though, at this point, she already suspected him.
Yes.
The daughter was missing. This kid is a known baby killer.
Why are they leaving him around babies?
I don't,
the fuck is wrong with these people?
Like, take your baby with you to run errands. This is crazy. You know this. He apparently admitted calmly that he murdered her, proudly led the villagers and the police to the burial site, and showed him where the body was.
Oh, so he's like, hey, look what I did.
Yes.
What the fuck, kid? What are you doing?
He was showing off.
Yeah, you know what? This is definitely some type of mental disorder.
Yeah, I mean, beyond. Like, This kid was born this way.
Pure evil.
Incarnate.
Yes. Like, what? You're just... And you know what I'm thinking? Like, if he's taking these babies out to the forest somewhere, but he's this type of evil kid... He's probably not carrying the babies like this. Like how he's probably just dragging the baby by their leg, like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
And then fucking killing them. That's fucking crazy.
Insane.
Damn it.
This one is, I think, going to be the darkest one we ever cover.
Probably.
Because of the age of him.
I hope so. I don't want to talk about anything worse than this.
Dude, This
is crazy.
This is insane.
What the hell?
He showed no remorse.
Jesus.
None.
I'm going to tell you something right now. I've accidentally hurt 2 babies in life, and it crosses my mind every day.
Because it's almost like stepping on your dog's paw.
Yes.
You feel like a monster.
Yeah, like, oh, how did I fucking... And it was an accident.
Yeah.
One time my niece, I was in high school, and my older sister and my niece Shia, she was like 1 she was like 1 at the time. And I didn't know. I didn't have kids yet. And I picked her up by her arm like this, and it dislocated her shoulder.
Oh, no.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
And everybody got so mad at me. Nah, what the fuck is it? What are you, a fucking idiot? I'm like, I didn't know. The fuck? I ain't never pick up no baby before, bro. I just grabbed her by the arm, like, hey, Niecy. And then she started going crazy.
Because you were trying to play with her.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And then the other time, my homie J-Rock, he had brought his daughter to my house. And at this point in time, I had kids. So there's no excuse for what I did. I just not thinking. And I was holding his daughter, and I threw her up, and she was like maybe 1. And I threw her up in the air, and the fan was on. And the fan fucking hit her.
Nice.
Bah, bah, bah. I said, oh, fuck.
My
then I
God.
called her, and she was crying and shit. I'm like, oh, my God, what the fuck?
You just threw a baby into a fan.
I was so...
A ceiling fan.
A ceiling fan. I was so sad.
Oh, my God. Was she bleeding, or did she just get
she
cracked
wasn't
a couple
bleeding.
times?
She had a bunch of dust in her hair and shit like that.
See, that's the thing. Kids are pretty resilient.
Oh, they're adorable as hell.
They're like, their bones aren't fully formed yet. They just kind of bend.
Yeah.
And
and we were at my mom's house at the time. We weren't at my house. We were at my mom's house. And it's like, bro, how often you look up to see if a goddamn fan on? Nobody look up and be like, oh, all right. Nobody looks up before they throw a baby. It could have been a fucking shark up that bitch. You see what I'm saying? The ceiling could have been on fire. I wouldn't have known.
No, my dad did the same thing when we were kids. He'd throw us up in the air. We loved it. It was the greatest thing ever.
It's the fun thing you do with kids. You throw them up, you catch them. But yeah, the fan was on. I left. Yo, we was at my mom's house and I fucking left. I was like, bro.
Did you tell anyone first?
I'm like, I gotta leave, bro.
Were you like,
no, he saw it, so he freaked out. And I'm like, my bad, dog. I was like, you know what, man? I'm out.
I gotta go.
I was like,
I can't
catch
stay
you later.
here after this.
I think I might have Apple paid him like $30 just for no reason. Like, bro, here go $30.
Here's the question: is the kid okay?
Oh yeah, she's perfectly fine.
No harm, no foul. She's good.
She's like 12 now, so she's
fine.
perfectly fine.
Look, I mean, when I was babysitting my niece once, I went into and this was also so stupid on my part, but I left her on the bed. And it wasn't super high up, but it was, and I went to go get ice cream. I was giving her ice cream for dinner. And I came, she fell off the bed, and I heard her crying. She hit her head. Dude, I was crying. I was panicking. I was considering taking her to the emergency room, but I think it was maybe a little bit of an overreaction.
Yo, yeah,
I don't think she hit her head that hard.
Every baby falls off the bed.
Every baby falls, yeah.
They all fall off the bed at some point.
I was freaking the fuck out.
Oh, yeah, it makes you so sad when you hurt a baby.
God,
you're like, how did I even just do this?
Horrible.
I'm just the worst person.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I think about that shit all the time. Like, damn, I hurt a fucking kid, and this kid's just out here killing kids
and proudly, happily killing them.
So wait, then he got arrested after the last one?
He got arrested after the last one. They couldn't cover it up because it wasn't a family's kid.
Right.
Before that, they were like, oh, we got to keep it in the family.
Yeah.
But of course, there were rumors that went everywhere because it's like, hey, where'd those two babies disappear?
Yeah, what happened to the babies?
Yeah, like,
Damn it.
So he finally gets arrested. India has a law that kids, I think we probably have the same law. Kids can't be arrested. So he was basically sent to like a
they sent him to like
detention.
or like mental institutions and shit like that.
So he was kept there. Okay, here's the worst part of this whole story. This kid is out now somewhere.
Wait, so how long did he get?
So
he didn't get like life?
Apparently, no. They kept
you can't give kids life.
You can't give kids life, I guess.
Yeah, when kids get sentenced to life, they get out when they're 21 or some shit.
They get out when they're 21. So apparently
18 he got out.
He got 18?
Yeah, so he did 10 years basically.
Oh, man.
And they think that there's all kinds of who knows what happened totally, but they think it's possible he was let out at 16, but more likely that he was let out at 18.
What?
And so they just kept him in isolation. He underwent psychological counseling, rehabilitation programs, and then, he was released in 2016. He was given a new identity, possibly Samarjeet, to protect him from societal backlash.
No.
And then let into the fucking wild, and no one knows where this kid is now.
No.
No one knows where this kid is
They should have made him get a tattoo on his forehead that said, I kill babies.
They should have chipped him,
are you crazy?
Too.
Yes. Yeah. I need to know where this guy is now.
Like, what? This is so insane.
This is crazy as hell.
This one freaks me. Like he is out there in India. He's 20, was it 26 or 25? Is that how old he is now?
Oh, he's in his prime.
Yeah.
He's fully powered.
Yeah.
He can kill grown men now.
Yes.
This is fucked up and scary.
Isn't that insane? I just can't get over that. And I don't think we'll ever know where he is.
Yeah. Fuck no. When I was in 7th grade, one of my friends killed one of my other friends. And he said it was an accident, but I know it wasn't an accident because they were arguing the day before.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the friend that he killed, it was my friend Rob killed my friend Troy. And then the day before, though, when they were arguing, Troy had a chain, like he had like a necklace, and it had a bullet on it. Ooh. And he took the chain off and he put it up to Rob's head. He was like, "Yo, stop fucking playing with me." And he put it next to his head like this. Ooh. Then the next day, Rob killed him. Like they cut school. Like we had gym class, and I would cut with them sometimes, but I'm not cutting during gym. I love gym. Gym class is fun.
You're like, that's the fun one.
Yeah, I'm not leaving with y'all today. Y'all can go leave and do whatever the fuck y'all gonna do. And then he killed him that day. Like,
what if you had been there?
Right. Like, would he have killed me too?
Well, you're a victim. A witness.
Fucking witness. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Holy
but then,
shit.
like even on the news, they were like, oh, 2 kids were, because we were like 12 years old, and they were like 2 kids playing with their dad's gun. And he accidentally shoot. I'm like, bro.
Accidentally.
I'm like, nah, that wasn't no accident. So then Rob got locked up, and they sent him to like a mental institution.
Yeah.
By the time I was in 11th grade, he was going to normal school again.
Whoa.
Because I just see him at parties and shit. And the only thing that changed, he didn't talk. Like, he didn't talk. Like, when he saw me, he'd be like,
Do you think it affected him? Do you think he felt bad about it later?
I think it affected him, yes.
Yeah.
And I think that because it affected him, they had him on medicine. Because he like, I think I might have seen him maybe 6 years ago, and he still doesn't talk. Like he don't say a word. He was like, oh yeah, they fucked you up in that joint, man. They fucked
Yeah. God only knows. Well, I mean, think about those mental institutions. They all closed down and it's like,
True.
It's this weird fucked situation where you're just, either way, you're screwed.
Yes.
When they were open, the people who have mental illnesses weren't on the streets. They were in a facility, but they were being tortured and fucked with. And it was awful.
Yes.
It was like horrible.
And they would sometimes just send women there just cause. And black people. They would just send us there like, hey, you're not listening. Get the fuck in there.
Oh no, 100%.
Yeah.
Do you know they used to masturbate women when they thought they were crazy? They would masturbate women to climax as part of their treatment. I don't know if that's where dildos came from, but it was
what the fuck?
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They let people do that?
Yeah.
Yo, what?
That was like the treatment for I can't remember what it was, like psychosis or
that's
some
fucked
shit.
Up.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Men are creeps.
Yeah.
If you put men around women with no rules,
dude,
we gonna make some rules for you.
Have you ever gone down any weird YouTube rabbit holes?
Oh, for sure.
The weirdest one that my husband and I ever went down, and we probably spent more time than I care to admit watching these because it was just so weird. There were these Asian women this is on YouTube, in bras and panties, using like they're supposed to be back massagers, but every girl uses them. They're getting a massage, and then they're like masturbating the women through their underwear while they're like getting a massage. It's the weirdest thing.
And it's on YouTube?
On YouTube, and there were so many of them.
Was this like a study?
I don't think so. I think it's just some weird Asian stuff.
Asians, they do a lot of weird shit like that. There's this, I think this might also be on YouTube too. They did a study to see, I think they did a study to see what squirt was.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's
like
a large
Japan
percentage of it is pee.
Yes. It is a lot of it is pee. And the thing is, they had like 3 different like Japanese guys, and they just had women coming in fucking them.
To get the squirt?
Yeah, to get him to squirt. And then the guy that could get women to squirt the most just used him and like got the other 2 guys out of there.
They're like, your dicks aren't doing it.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys.
I'm like,
You're out. That's such a bummer if you're those 2 guys.
Right. Like, I gotta go home. It's the best day of my life. You sending me home?
That sucks.
I'll be better next time, I promise. Please, don't send me home.
They're like injecting their dick with stuff.
Yeah.
Let me stay.
Damn.
That's so wild. Yeah, YouTube is weird.
Yeah, it's super weird.
Meanwhile, I get age restrictions for wearing a bikini, whatever. Fuck you, YouTube.
Damn. Yeah, we need to lighten up on rules. At least not killing babies.
At least not killing. Yeah, exactly. I'm not killing babies.
Lighten up on the rules, please.
The rules annoy the shit out of me. I get so salty about it.
Damn.
So yeah, this kid's just out there in the world somewhere.
Yeah, he's walking around. You might meet him one day.
I want to know where this kid is and what he's doing.
Yeah, I want to see this kid. I want to know what he's doing. He probably invented that Indian street food. He probably was the first motherfucker out here. Mix it up, make it Indian street food.
Either that or he's killing people and making them into
street food.
Yeah,
turn them into food.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, yo, track this guy down. If you know where Amarjeet Sada is, let us know, yo.
He might be Samarjeet now. And
yes.
Here, you internet, do your thing, because this is what happens. Cold cases have been solved by internet sleuths before. So let's find this kid.
Find this kid.
I need to know.
Let's figure out where he is. Let's see what he's doing. If he's not some type of priest or monk or something, then he's a killer for sure.
Yeah.
He has to be.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
I just don't see you coming back from this.
No.
This is not like a fix. I just don't think it's a fixable thing.
No, you don't kill people when you're that young and then grow out of that.
No, especially babies.
Fuck no.
Like, it's not like you killed some, grown man. Like, that's a helpless. Like, I don't think.
Yeah. There was a kid in Chicago that was in gangs and shit. He was I think he was a gangster disciple. And he was like 12 or 11, and he was killing people. But he was killing like grown ass
adults.
Men. Yeah.
Which is still crazy. But that still is not this level.
Crazy, but same rule applies. As if a man is killing you, bro, you're a grown ass man. You let a 12-year-old kill you? What the fuck are you doing?
That does suck, right?
It's fucking crazy.
That sucks.
There's no 12-year-old that can kill. I don't give a fuck what type of gun you give him. Ain't no 12-year-old gonna kill me. That's crazy.
He had to be a good shot.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. And then he ended up getting murdered because he got arrested. Because basically the gang was paying him to go kill people.
So he was a 12-year-old hitman.
He was a 12-year-old hitman. Yes.
Holy shit.
And then he got arrested, and then the gang was like, "Yo, he gonna snitch because he's a kid."
Yeah.
So then they ended up killing him.
At 12, was he still?
Yes.
Also? Wow.
He was 12 when they fucking murdered that kid.
Holy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Just in too fucking deep at too young of an age.
Humans are weird creatures.
Yeah, humans are very violent.
Yeah, very violent.
But you know what? I don't blame humanity. I blame the system we live in. I feel like most violence comes from lack of resources.
A lot of it is. Yeah, absolutely. Lack of resources, poverty, things like that. You're right. I do think it's a system. And I think it's a lot more of a class system than people are willing to talk about.
Oh, for sure.
We get into racism and sexism and all this stuff without realizing it's mostly money.
It is mostly money. It's all money.
Mostly money.
I don't even think people are really racist. Because if you rich, don't nobody give a fuck.
Nobody gives it. Absolutely.
Nobody cares what color you are when you rich.
Look at what P. Diddy got away with for all these years.
You see what I'm saying?
For all these years,
OJ
no one
beat
cared.
that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter what color you are. If you rich, then you good.
Money talks.
Money talks.
That's really what it comes down to.
Yes.
I mean, and that's been since the beginning of humanity. But I do think that there is an inherent violent nature with people.
Yeah, some people for sure.
Yeah.
Some people for sure. Because, like, I played sports my whole life, and definitely there were people, like, in, like, Pop Warner football that at 5 years old would run straight through your fucking chest.
They just liked it too much.
Yes, they like, and not only would they run through your chest, they would stand over you and be like, "Yeah, pussy, get the fuck out the way." You're like, "Bro, we 5."
Jesus.
Like, bro, like, yo, I still talk like a baby. Why are you talking to me like this?
These kids are so intense.
Yes, there are intense kids.
Freaks me out.
You ever seen Little Giants?
Little Giants. Movie?
Yeah.
Sounds really familiar.
It's like about two little league teams. One of them's the Giants, one of them's the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about. I think I saw it as a kid.
All right, so imagine Spike and how he grew up. Spike, his dad had him carrying refrigerators when he was 10. You see what I'm saying? There are kids that are raised that way, that are raised with, I'm telling you, it's the kids that's raised by their dad. If the boys that are raised by their dads are way too intense.
I can see that. You need a mom in there with that feminine energy to have that other side.
Hell yeah, my son would be a killer if I just, because he's pretty intense now, and that's like because of me, because I saw how much of a pussy I was when I was young. So I was like, bro, I'm not gonna let you be like that. So if he didn't have a mom, like it was so many times where his mom was like, yo, wait, he's only 4, stop. And I'm like, all right, okay.
Balance.
I'm gonna chill out.
Balance.
Yeah.
See, you gotta have that balance.
So I can't imagine if he was just left to me all by myself. I'd have turned him into a fucking machine.
Well, this is kind of the problem that I have is because I was mostly raised by my dad.
Ah, yeah.
And so I've definitely gotten better, but I did a lot of martial arts and I had a real, like, kind of temper.
Yes.
But I wasn't aggressive and I wouldn't get into fights with people. But I definitely.
You're probably more aggressive than girls that weren't raised by their dad, though.
Yeah, I think it was. And I started to hear this a lot as I got older and I didn't realize it. That people would be like, they would tell me all the time, like, you're not really a girl, though. Like, I'd hear that a lot. And for a long time, I was like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Because I am a girl. Like, I don't understand what the fuck you're trying to say to me.
Yes.
But I guess it's just me because I was raised by my dad. I have a lot of masculine tendencies because of him. I think that's why.
Yeah.
So I grew up watching MMA, and that's just like a religion in Hawaii to begin
I was about to say, that's a Hawaiian thing.
Yeah, that's a Hawaiian thing. And I worked for BJ Penn, and so I grew up watching that kind of stuff. He was a beast. Mm-hmm. And playing, like, when I was younger, I'd play football. And, like, but when I was real little, when I was 5, my mom had me in ballet.
Right.
But then she died.
Damn.
So, like, I just lost all of that side of it and just had my dad's side of it.
Yes.
So I do think it plays a big part in how you're raised.
For sure.
It's interesting.
No man should be allowed to raise a kid by himself.
No.
The kid's going to be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
or super successful. Because I've also heard that kids that are raised by their dad are more likely to be, like, successful in life, too. So I think it's an either or thing.
I'm going to take that one and run with it.
Yeah, there you go.
Take that one and run with it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right. Okay. Are you ready for another segment of Florida or Fiction?
Florida or Fiction.
These are so fun.
These are the best.
They're so good.
You don't know what the fuck it is.
I love Florida for that.
You could tell me, one of these could be Peter Pan was seen flying over fucking. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's true.
Real.
Is it Florida?
Yeah.
True.
Probably on drugs. Right.
All right, I wrote down the fake ones too, so if I'm reading it, that's not a giveaway.
Yay.
Okay.
Florida man uses $2 million in COVID PPP loans to buy a home for his family.
I mean, that could be anywhere.
Yeah, that could be anywhere. That's true.
That could be true. Yeah, that's just
to buy a home for your family. First of all, I'm not even mad at that. If you took $2 million in loans, just make them pay it back. But to buy a house, that's true. That's just a normal fucked up law, I think.
Yeah.
Is fiction.
Damn.
What?
That sounded so realistic.
Yeah, that sounds real.
He actually took $4 million in loans, and he bought a Lamborghini and other luxury items.
It's worse. It's just
That's
worse.
so much worse. He just did a bunch of selfish shit with $4 million.
God damn.
Come on, bruh. Damn. Did he get arrested?
Yes.
He had to pay it all back?
Yeah,
or?
it was bank fraud. So
Yeah.
I think his bail was at like $100,000.
That's it?
That's it. He took $4 million.
And they put it at $100,000. I guess maybe they didn't think he was a flight risk.
Yeah, but I mean, if I took $4 million, I hope I got $100,000 stashed away to bail myself out.
This is what I'm saying with people that get all that money. They always blow it on stupid shit.
Yes.
What do you need a Lamborghini for?
True.
I know it sounds exciting or whatever. I'd be the most boring person to get a bunch of money. I'd invest all of it so I'm set for life.
Same. I would just have it stacked up somewhere because I'd be scared that I would lose it one day.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
I'd like bury it in the backyard like a psychopath.
Yeah, right.
I'd put it into my dad used to do that. He'd put his money into those army
like those sacks?
No, they were I think they held ammunition or something. It was like
like
ammo
those
cans.
cases?
Yeah, he'd put them in there and he would bury it in the backyard. when we were
What?
kids. I remember once my dad was driving from Northern California down to Southern California and he was really tired and he was on the phone with me and he's like, just in case I crash, he's like, I have some money stashed in my old car. He's like right next to my old car. So if something happens, it's buried right. He's like telling me where he has his money buried in case something happened to him.
What the hell?
So I'd be doing some crazy shit like that.
I found buried money. I was living in Logan, which is like a fucked up neighborhood in Philly. Mm-hmm. Might have been like 20 years old. No, I was older than that. My son was born. So I probably was 21 or 22. And I was in the backyard. And the house we lived in was my girlfriend at the time. It was her aunt's house, but she was renting it to us. When we first moved in, it was just trash and shit everywhere. The basement was filled with trash. The backyard was filled with trash. So I took like the next 2 weeks, cleaned up everything, got all the trash out, and I'm cleaning up the backyard, and I found all type of shit in the backyard. Dead dogs, dead cats, all type of shit. So once I cleaned up the yard and then I cut the grass, like it was like patches that was like just dirt, right? And I saw like like the edge of a $20 bill sticking out the dirt.
Oh.
So I'm like, what the fuck? So I get to digging. Then I found like 2 20s. I said, oh shit. I dug over here. Found like 2 more 20s. I was like, oh shit. Then I dug over there. Found like another 20. And I'm like, damn. So I found like $100 and then I stopped digging.
Why did you stop digging?
Like a dickhead. I don't know. I was just happy I found $100. Like, oh hell, I found $100. Yes.
Dude,
I think I went and bought some weed and chill.
If there's $100, there's so much more
It was so much more, I'm sure.
Holy shit.
I found 100 and just was like, nice. Found $100.
Good.
Who buries money raw like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like you don't put it in a bag or a
It was
case
in a bag or
something?
nothing. It was just loose 20s, dirty as hell. And I'm like, damn.
That's so random.
Yeah. But my dumb ass didn't keep fucking digging.
I would have dug that whole yard up.
I should have. I literally should have dug up the whole yard.
But here's the problem. If there's money in there, maybe there's also like a body or something. I don't know. Maybe you don't want to keep digging.
And whoever put that money there had to have buried it sometime recently because money decomposes.
Yeah.
So like whoever put it, it couldn't have been there that long.
Maybe they were going to come back for it.
Yeah,
maybe you saved yourself.
True. Yeah, true.
Yeah, all right. We'll look at it that way so you don't beat yourself up for...
Yeah, I think I do. That's another thing I think about every day. Like, damn, nigga, why you stop digging, bro? You could have found so much more shit.
A Florida man would have kept digging.
Oh, for sure.
You want another Florida man?
Let's
or
do
fiction?
another Florida man.
Let's do one more.
Florida or fiction? Florida man attacks mom with corn on the cob.
With corn on the cob?
That's got to be real.
Yeah, I mean, you could attack somebody with corn on the cob. That's not that crazy.
It's hard.
That is Florida.
That's Florida.
Yeah, there you go. You could do that. You could throw a corn on the cob at somebody. What do they mean attack, though?
Yeah, I was going to say,
that's more so something you just throw at somebody real quick. What was he, beating her with the cob?
Oh, no.
It says here, 27-year-old Cody Cummins threw a corn cob at his mother.
Cody Cummins threw a corn cob. What an alliteration, bro. Yo.
Wow, is this place fucking real?
Right. Yo, he's in fucking Whoville, bro.
So he got arrested later on domestic battery, and you want to talk about a low bail, $150 bond.
I didn't even know you could go that low.
Me neither. I'd be pissed though.
Fuck?
If my mom called the cops because I hit her with a corn cob, I'd be like, yo, chill out, lady. It's just a corn cob.
Yeah, did he like beat her over
he must have been
the
hitting
head
her with it like
what's he doing?
That's crazy.
No, he just threw it at her head.
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
his mom's a fucking rat. She's a snitch.
Yeah,
she's a snitch bitch.
Cops.
That's what she is. That's crazy.
I don't even think that would hurt.
Fuck no.
That's all right, lady. What would be bad is if he used those things that you stick in.
Now
the
that's
corn cob.
crazy.
That's
yeah.
a weapon.
Now that's a real weapon.
But I don't think a corn cob is
a corn cob isn't a weapon?
No,
Come on.
no.
What are we doing?
No. Yeah, that one is lame. All right. Or not that, like, that one's a good one, but the mom is lame for
she
that.
fucking sucks.
Yeah, she sucks for that.
There's no food that's really a weapon. Maybe the bone from a T-bone steak. You ever seen Law-Abiding Citizens? That's a weapon.
Yeah, you can do a lot. You could stab someone with it.
He stabbed the fuck out of that
Yeah.
guy with that fucking bone.
There you go.
That's the only
counts.
thing that's a weapon. Anything else is food.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've held some heavy salamis. So I knew as soon as I was gonna come out how that was gonna sound.
Some heavy salamis is crazy.
But I really love me some salami. So
Yeah.
at Italian stores they have some big heavy salamis.
They
you can
do.
probably beat the shit out of someone with that.
A wheel of cheese, maybe.
Wheel of cheese.
You can knock somebody out with a coconut for sure.
Oh,
Coconut, you can.
definitely
So-
She knows. I'm sure she knows all about coconuts.
I was gonna say in Hawaii, legit at a lot of the beaches there is a beware of falling coconut.
Oh, yeah,
sign
people
on all
die
the
from
trees.
that.
Oh, absolutely.
People die from getting hit in the head with coconuts.
Absolutely. You do have to be careful.
Damn. All right, now, sir, if you die in certain ways, it was meant to be, bruh. Ain't nothing you can even think about that.
Imagine you're just walking along and you get hit in the head with a fucking
And then make that
coconut.
dumbass noise. Boop. You just die.
That sucks so bad. If there's an afterlife, you're just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, right. A coconut, god damn it.
Seriously? Oh
Damn.
my god.
You know Tina Marie died from a damn. Do you know who Tina Marie is?
I don't think so.
She's a singer from the 80s.
Okay.
Remember Dave Chappelle did I'm Rick James, bitch? Remember
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
That was like her, like, Rick James and her were like dating. They were like both singers and shit. And she was famous because she was a white lady that sung R&B. She sounded like a black lady, but she was a white lady.
Oh shit. All right.
And when she was on tour, this was like when she's older though, and like in the early 2000s. She's like 50 years old or so. She's on tour. She goes to sleep in a hotel. Paint falls off the wall, hits her in the head, and fucking murders her.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
Holy shit.
Now, anytime I'm in a hotel, I take the paint down. No paint over my head.
Dude.
Nope. I'm not dying like that.
I bet her family sued the shit out of that
Oh, I'm
hotel.
sure.
That's crazy.
Whatever hotel that is, I would own that fucking spot.
Fuck yeah.
A painting off the wall? Come on, bruh.
That sucks.
That's a horrible way to die. I don't want to die by accident.
No. I want to
don't wanna
know
die by
I'm
accident.
dying. I
Yes.
know that sounds insane.
No, I don't want to know either.
No, but I mean while it's happening. I don't want to be asleep. I know
don't
that
wanna know.
sounds weird. You just want to like die in your sleep, maybe.
What? My ideal way to die is to get exploded.
Oh.
Boom! You see what I'm saying? Over. Dude, just done. Nothing else. No more Na'im, bruh.
Just a moment of pain and then just nothing.
Yet a fucking
Fraction of a second.
A fraction of a second of pain.
Holy
and
shit.
just done. Either that or a sniper's bullet from far away.
So you really want to go out with a bang.
I don't even want to. I just don't want to know. I just want it to happen. I want it to be like,
It's got to be your head that's exploded, though.
yes,
Yeah.
true.
'Cause if your body goes, you're still going to be alive for a few seconds.
Yeah, even if it's just my head there, my head's gonna be like, oh,
Yeah, you're going to feel
yeah, I don't
something.
want that.
No,
Yeah.
you don't want that.
Yeah, I
How
don't
long
want
is
that.
it that you can still see? Like if you're beheaded, you can
And
still
it's like,
see for a
and
minute,
it's like
right?
2 minutes or some shit, or like 30
Oh.
seconds. It's something like that.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I don't want that.
No.
I want it to be like the last episode of Sopranos. That's what I want. I want it to be
Just black.
black. You see what I'm saying?
Just black.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in your sleep's a good way to go.
Unless it's like a heart attack or a stroke, because you probably woke up like,
Yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that. Fuck that. Fuck that.
yeah,
Fuck
that's
that.
stinks.
But if you just like some people die peacefully in their sleep, like that's the best.
Now,
you can hope for, I
yes.
guess.
You just sleep and everything just shuts down.
And just whoop, That's it.
And that's it. That's probably a good way to go.
Yeah. Or I always said this. If I knew I was dying and it was like nearing the end, just pump me full of some really fun drug.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just fuck my day up until I go out on like heroin or I don't know, something great.
I want that. Yep. I want that Molly morphine drip. You see what I'm saying? Give me the Molly mixed with the morphine. Give
I'm
me that.
already dying. Let's go nuts.
Yeah.
Let's have a party.
Yeah. Fuck that.
And then you get to have some really cool last words.
Yeah. Ooh.
Just have some really cool last words.
Speaking of cool last words, how do you guys like this segment? Last words. Dun, dun, dun.
I like that you
Add some music to it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's the thing. These were all really good.
They are.
Is there one in particular that stands out?
Okay, let's see. Which one fits this?
I know.
I think this one fits the episode the best.
I like this one.
Yeah.
This one's good. Okay.
It's family oriented.
This guy's name is Johnny Frank Garrett. This is 1992 in Texas. Quote, I'd like to thank my family for loving me and taking care of me, and the rest of the world can kiss my ass.
Yes.
That's such a good one.
That's a great one.
But we don't know what he did yet. So
Yeah, I don't know what he did. Whatever it was, his family supported him.
That's nice.
Murder committed during the course of rape and burglary.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
That means he had one of those moms that was like, my baby would never do that.
Yeah,
he had one of those moms.
She's the mom that would cover it up for him if she could.
Yes.
She's like, no, I did it.
Yep.
You this lady? Oh, yes.
Yo, what?
He's smiling in his
picture.
Smiling.
Oh, he's a psycho guy.
He's a psycho.
Damn.
It is a good quote, though.
That's a great quote.
Still a good quote.
I mean, you know you did your job as a parent if that's your kid's last words.
Yeah.
You did your job.
He maybe not the best if he murdered and burglarized. I mean, burglarized and murdered someone.
True.
But
True.
You made him witty.
Damn. My mom told me one day, my mom was like, I might have been 14 years old. And I think, I didn't do anything that crazy. I think I was, you know what it was? It was 9/11. So this is when my mom first started looking at me like I was a bad person. 9/11 happened, and I stayed outside until like 8 p.m. that night because I thought it was an accident. I thought airplane just accidentally crashed into. And then even with me having that thought, I was like, and you know what? That should happen way more often. How aren't airplanes just crashing into skyscrapers every fucking day? These buildings are tall as hell. Like I thought, and then I went home, and my mom, she just assumed I was doing the worst shit. I literally was outside playing basketball with my friends till like 8 o'clock.
But she's freaking out.
She was freaking out.
Yeah.
Where were you? We were so scared. So from that day on, she kind of like treated me like I was just a bad kid, which I don't know why. Then I remember one day when I was 14, like later on that year, she was like, I'm telling you now, if the cops ever come here looking for me, I'm telling them right where you at. I said, damn.
Damn, Mom.
Jesus Christ, lady.
Fuck, way to sell you out.
Yeah. What if I didn't do it? You gonna tell them that it was me? That's crazy.
You should have been like, Mom, I came out of you. Like, why would you do that to me?
Why would you want to get your son arrested?
Just start guilting her. You carried me in you for 9 months.
Right,
like,
in
Mom.
your womb.
God.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
So that's a lesson to all the moms and dads out there. Don't give up on your kids. Also, don't cover up crimes.
Don't cover up crimes.
Don't cover them up.
I mean, I don't know. If my kid was a psychopath, I don't know how I'd feel about it. I might turn him in.
Yeah.
I might do it.
But here's the thing. He might end up being a CEO one day. Isn't that what everybody says? That all CEOs are psychopaths?
I believe that.
So do I. I believe that shit.
Yeah.
Everybody I know that's hyper-driven is definitely a narcissist or a psychopath.
Yeah. Well, if he was that kind of psychopath, as long as he set me up. If he murdered people, though, I'm turning him in.
Yeah, you know what? You got to get your kid a focus.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. If your kid's a psychopath, put him in basketball. Then you got the next Michael Jordan. You see what I'm saying?
There you go.
What's his name? Amarjeet could have been the first Indian MVP in the NBA. You see what I'm saying? If you fucking focused them.
Instead, he's killing babies. They fucked up.
Yeah,
this
fucked
is the
up.
parents' fault.
Yeah, get your kids some hobbies.
Get your kids some hobbies. That's actually true.
Hobbies.
That's another one. Get your kids some hobbies.
Get your kids some hobbies. Get him a fucking basketball. And make sure he's not near babies. I don't trust any kid near babies, honestly, though.
I don't trust anyone near babies. I don't trust adults near kids either, to be honest with you.
Especially, I don't trust any men or boys near babies.
No, I don't.
Unless it's their own baby.
Unless it's their own baby. But I was actually talking about this before we came down, that I don't trust people that want, because it was on Rogan. They were talking about some dude that was like a troop leader and obviously did stuff to kids. Yeah. And I'm just like, I just naturally don't trust people who want to do things around kids.
Yes.
Because kids are shitty little hellions. And you're telling me you want to be around a bunch of them?
You want to hang around a bunch of kids?
Yeah. No.
I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I've coached a bunch of like
but
kid
you have
teams.
kids.
Yes, and my kids played on these teams.
Yeah.
But the point I'm making is that I'm mean as fuck to other people's kids, and you get away with it when you're a coach. Like you just get away with it. Yes, because I don't like anybody else's kids but mine. I like my kids. I like my nieces and nephews. I like my little cousins, and even with them, it's like sometimes. Sometimes I like my nieces and nephews. Sometimes I like my little cousins. I love my kids, but just other strangers' kids, bruh.
You're not supposed to.
No, and I give them the harshest real life lessons. Like I'm mean to them, but I'm mean for a reason.
You're mean because you care about the future of humanity.
Yes, and I also want kids to stop bitching at me when I'm coaching them and I'm not putting them in the game. Coach, can I get in? Bruh, get better.
It's because you suck.
Yeah. How about you get better and then I'll let you play more. Until then, shut the fuck up and sit down.
Honestly, that's better than giving every kid a participation trophy. Because then they grow up and they think they're just handed things. And it's like, that's not real life. I'm sorry.
That's how I was coached. I was coached by mean older men. They would be like, hey, stop bitching and shut the fuck up and sit over there. You're like, okay.
All right, I'll sit down. Guess I'm not good.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. So yeah, be mean to evil children.
Be mean to evil kids. That's a good one. If they're evil, be mean to them.
Be mean.
It's a good lesson. I like that.
They should have strangled that kid up until the point where he almost blacked out and then been like, see, do you like that?
Oh,
don't do that shit to nobody.
You think that would have made an impact on him? Probably, right?
You put your knee on his belly and you just choking like, you like how this feel, nigga? You don't like that, do you?
Yeah.
So don't ever do that shit to nobody else. That's how you correct it.
Dang.
I'm telling you.
That was a good idea.
That's how you do.
That's exactly what they should have done.
I used to like put my head out the window when I was a kid, right? Like my dad would be driving and I'd stick like a dog.
Oh no.
And one day, and my dad's always, stop putting your head out the window. Don't do that. It's dangerous. Cut it out. Don't do it. And then this one day my mom was she was shopping for like tile for the kitchen floor. And her and my sisters got out and went inside. And I was still in the car with my dad. And I put my head out the window and he rolled that bitch up on my neck. I was 4 years old. He rolled, like, I was like, oh, fuck. Like, he was trying to kill me with that fucking window. And then he put it down and he's like, what the fuck I told you? I never did that shit again to this day. I ain't never took my head out no fucking window.
That sounds terrifying, but I'm going to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. That is way better than what could have happened. Because have you ever seen that fucking movie? You know what I'm talking about, Frank? That horror movie?
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hereditary.
Yes.
Yeah, Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Yep.
Oh, that fucked my day up when I watched that.
You get your head fucking knocked off.
Straight off.
Yes.
And the kid just drove home in shock.
Yep.
With his sister's headless corpse.
Headless corpse, yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That sticks with you. But that shit can happen.
It can. Which is why, like, he taught me the lesson in a harsh way.
It was a harsh way, but he wasn't wrong.
But he wasn't wrong. Stop putting your head out the window, bruh. And I never did it again. To this day, I haven't done it. And it is better to scare your kid than to lose your kid to getting beheaded. For sure. So, yeah. Yes. I'm over here talking about, like, parenting techniques like I fucking... I'm like, no, that's a great idea. Yeah. That's a great idea. It's all about trauma. Teach your kids through trauma. Yeah, it worked really well for me. It's great. I'm a super well-rounded adult. We should do our plugs before we go. I know, we haven't done any of our plugs, I just realized, in any of the episodes. Okay, you go first. Okay. Ladies first. Zealand Everywhere. It's XIALAND on YouTube, OnlyFans, and Fansly. I stream on YouTube 3 days a week. I have memberships. I do member streams. I'm going to start playing as soon as they fix the fucking bugs in Doom the Dark Ages. I'm going to start playing that. And then Zia_land on Twitter and Instagram. Those are all my things. Nice. At Na'im _Ali on everything. Instagram, Twitter, all the shits. Check out my other podcast, Do Rag and a Dare Tag. That's with me and Rob Cruz and Drew Montana. One of the funniest podcasts on earth. Then I got another podcast called Ayo Actually with me and Ben Staub. It's a fact podcast. It's all about facts. Ooh. We only tell the truth on there. There's no lies, no bullshit. Even the jokes that we tell are the truth on there. So check out my other podcast. And then all my shows and shit. I got some comedy shows coming up. If you're in New York, I'll be at The Stand. June 5th. No, not June 5th. That's not a Wednesday. June 4th is a Wednesday. I'll be at The Stand June 4th. June 5th, I'll be in Austin, Texas at the Creek in the Cave. Check me out. And then I'll be in Pittsburgh June 8th at the Improv. So yeah, y'all, check out all my show dates. Come out and see me.
This might not be out.
Oh, yeah, this ain't going to be out.
Oh, that's right.
All right, well, everything I just said, I hope you enjoyed yourself at those shows. I hope y'all had fun. Better have been there. Yeah, I hope you had fun at The Stand and at the Creek and at all these places. And shit, check my Instagram for my upcoming shows. Bye, guys. Thank you. We'll see you next time with more horrific crime.
True that, true that, true that.